Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Vikagiri Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudeva Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Nityalala Vishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityalala Vishtam Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalala Vishwa Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Śrī Rūpānu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Śrī Rūpa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Shar Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai Śrī Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Namachay Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sarva Avishta Bharakta Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. I'm just going to do a very short Mangalacharan, then we'll begin. Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvang Nayamam Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshai Kshiptashtaka Ditarangamadye Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Pranams. Let's see. Ashray Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sarveshwari Mataji, Hare go. Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Prema Mai Didi, Satya Mataji, Shri Devi Didi, and let's see who else is there. Rukmini Didi, Hari Bol. And I see there are a couple others on YouTube and Facebook. I'll see who you are if you write a comment. But all right, Dandavat Pranams. So tomorrow is Julan Yatra Mahamahotsav, and the day after that will be Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī's disappearance day. So on these days leading up to that day, we are reading the glories of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī by our various acharyas. Yesterday, we read Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Mahārāja's book, Sri Chaitanya and His Associates. And today, we will be reading from my Gurudev's commentary, his Piyush Varshini Vritti of Mādhurya-kadambinī. On the second verse, he goes in detail on the he glorifies Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī there. And we will also read a class that he gave at Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Samadhi. So, all right. Oh, and Haribol Anada. Hare Krishna. All right, so let's begin. Hare Krishna Champak Mataji. I'm going to just read the first, the translation to the first verse of Mādhurya-kadambinī because it's so beautiful. And then we'll read the second verse. So, the mercy of Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a limitless, uncontrolled cloud bank of extraordinary nectar, Maha Madhurya, that falls like rain on the heart of the sadhak. The shower of his mercy fully bestows vitality upon the crops of the ninefold limbs of devotion, such as Shravan and Kirtan, that have been freshly sown in the field of the sadhak's heart. Even the first appearance of the cloud bank of Mahaprabhu's mercy dispels the virulent, burning sensation felt during the summer season, the various material desires for one's own enjoyment, and makes jubilation swell within the heart of all devotees throughout the universe. Like rivers swelling from, it makes jubilation swell within the heart of all the devotees throughout the universe, like rivers swelling from rainfall. May that unrestrained and unlimitedly powerful cloud bank of Sriman Mahaprabhu's sweet mercy, the influence of which is felt even from a great distance, fill me, a dry, lifeless tree in the desert, with life-giving ras. Now, text 2 of Mādhurya-kadambinī. Special prayer to obtain divine blessings. Bhakti purvai shita tangtu rasang pashed ya attadhi tang nomi satatam rupa nama priya janam hare. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, the most elevated saints, the Mahajans of former times, also accepted the shelter of Bhakti Devi. Now, however, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's most dear associate, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, people who have obtained real intelligence are directly perceiving bhakti in its form of bhakti ras. I offer my heartfelt obeisances unto Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī again and again. So now here's the Piyush Varshini Vritti of my Śrīla Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Nārāyaṇa Goswami Mahārāja. One second, let me just shut all these extra things. All right. Okay. So, the essential nature of the living entity is that of a servant of Krishna. However, since time without beginning, he has forgotten Bhagavan and has thus been swallowed up by the deluding potency, Maya. Consequently, he has fallen into the cycle of birth and death and is burned by the three kinds of torment. Sometimes, as a result of his own deeds, he becomes a demigod in the heavenly kingdom or a ruler on earth. And sometimes he becomes a subject. Sometimes he is in the priestly class, he's a vipra, and sometimes in the artisan class, he's a shudra. Sometimes he is happy, sometimes he is sad. Sometimes he takes birth in species of plants, sometimes as an aquatic, sometimes as a bird or beast, and sometimes in the demoniac Daita or Dana races. He wanders throughout so many species in his search for happiness, yet nowhere does he find actual happiness. When the supremely compassionate Bhagavan observes his own dear living entity's wretched condition, his heart melts. He descends in the form of the timeless Vedic scriptures. He manifests in various forms, his own personal avatars. And he has his own dear companions descend to the world as acharyas, as exemplary teachers. In this way, by giving instructions on bhakti, he bestows eternal happiness upon the forgetful, stray living entities and engages them in service to him. Indeed, only devotion to the Supreme Lord, only Bhagavad Bhakti, can make the averse and unhappy living entities eternally fulfilled, because by this, they attain him. The Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Puranas, and so forth, they all enunciate this perfect conclusion in unison. It is never possible for the living entity to secure his permanent auspiciousness through fruitive work, through karma, through the pursuit of knowledge, through gyan, through mysticism, yoga, penance, tapa, and other processes. Now there's this verse. Bhaktir evainam nayati, bhaktir evainam darshayati, bhakti vasha purusho, bhaktir eva bhuyasi. It's from the Mathar Shruti quoted in Madhva Bhashya, Sutra 3353. It's Madhvacharya wrote this verse. The meaning is, it is only bhakti that brings the living entity close to Bhagavan. Bhakti alone enables the living entity to see Bhagavan face to face. That supreme person, Bhagavan, is actually controlled by bhakti. Bhakti is superior to all else. Okay, so these are all verses from the Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Puranas, so forth that explain how only devotion to the Supreme Lord, only Bhagavad Bhakti can make the averse and unhappy living entities fully, eternally fulfilled. Okay, so that's the first one. Next one is Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katita hyarta prakashante mahatmana. That's Shveta Upanishad 623. The meaning is, all the confidential purports of the Vedas are fully revealed to that great soul who has the same transcendental devotion to his Gurudev as he has to Bhagavan, to Sri Bhagavan. The Vedanta Sutra, the 12th verse from the beginning, it says, Anandamayo bhyasat. The word Anandamoy, replete with bliss, is used in Vedic literature. The word Anandamoy used in Vedic literature must refer to the Supreme Spirit, for it is repeatedly used to describe him. Anandamayo Prasat. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Verse 6, it says, Savai Pungsang Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. The topmost dharma of human life is devotion to the transcendent Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Then Canto 2, Chapter 2, Verse 34, it says, Bhagavan Brahma Kartsnena Trir Avikshya Manishaya Tad Adhyavasyat Kutasto Ratir Atmanyato Bhavet. The meaning is, how can there be any benefit for the living entities who, oblivious to the Lord, have fallen into the cycle of repeated birth and death in material existence? Preoccupied with this question, Sri Brahma, who knows the fundamental truths regarding the Lord, thought long to find a solution. With resolute attention, he scrutinized all the Vedas 3 times, and by his intelligence, he concluded that the topmost perfection of religion is that by which one can obtain exclusive love for Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the supersoul of all existence. Through scriptural statements such as these, the immutable perfect conclusion is being thoroughly established. What is that conclusion? It is only by Bhagavad Bhakti that the living entity's distress completely ceases and he obtains actual happiness. This bhakti does not this bhakti does not rely upon any practice, any sadhan, such as fruit of work, such as karma, mysticism, yoga, or the pursuit of knowledge, gyan. It doesn't rely on any of these types of practices to manifest sad, karma, yoga, or gyan. Nor does it ever rely upon place, time, or eligibility. Bhakti, akin to the all-powerful self-manifesting Bhagavat Tattva, is a self-manifesting, all-powerful truth. This is affirmed because she, Bhakti, is none other than a special function of Bhagavan's internal potency, his Swarup Shakti. Hence, the exalted souls who know this secret have taken full exclusive shelter of Bhakti and have propagated it. In truth, a Mahajan is exclusively one who has accepted the shelter of supremely pure devotion to Bhagavan. Among these exalted souls, Vaishnavacharyas such as Sri Narad, Sri Prahlad, the Pandavas, Sri Uddhava, Sri Shukadeva Goswami, Sri Yamunacharya, Sri Nath Muni, Sri Goda Devi, Sri Ramanujacharya, and Sri Madhvacharya have all accepted exclusive shelter of bhakti. Through their personal behavior and precepts, they have proclaimed bhakti's greatness throughout the world. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is well versed in all scriptures and fully conversant with Ras, he has realized this esoteric mystery. By the term Mahajans in text 2 above, he is referring to the foremost bhaktas of previous times, like Sri Narad. However, before the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was not even known that Ras is the intrinsic nature, that Ras is the Swarup of Bhakti. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, the special object of the supremely compassionate Rasik Shekhar Sri Chaitanya Dev's mercy, composed sacred literatures like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Ujjvala Nilamani, which established for the first time that Ras is the intrinsic nature of Bhakti. The most fortunate persons in the world are those who have obtained real intelligence from Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, are experiencing the Rasa Sarup of Bhakti, and are causing others to experience it as well. Okay, so who are the most fortunate persons in the world? They are those who have obtained real intelligence from Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. They are experiencing the Rasa Sarup of Bhakti, and they are causing others to experience it as well. Only by the mercy of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī is it possible to directly realize that the intrinsic form of Bhakti is Ras. If we were to go on deliberating upon these words of our most worshipful Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, then this book would become considerably more voluminous. Hence, it is sufficient simply to mention here that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Rasik Shekhar, Brajendra Nandan, Sri Krishna himself. As Rasik Shekhar, the topmost connoisseur of Ras, his purpose was to taste the essence of Mahabhav Surupini, Srimati Radhika's sublime, radiantly pure Prem Ras. And as Parama Karuna, as the most compassionate, his purpose was to distribute the wealth of the path of spontaneous devotion of Rag Marg Bhakti to the world. For these purposes, he accepted Sri Radha's mood and luster and descended in the form of Shachinandan Shri Gaur Hari. In the previous exceptional Kali Yuga, almost 1,000 cycles of the 4 yugas ago, Brajendra Nandan Shri Krishna descended as Shri Gauranga and bestowed this ras-laden bhakti, which is rarely attained even by personalities like Sri Brahma. Since that particular Kali Yuga, many avatars of Bhagavan and many Vaishnavacharyas have advented. But until the recent re-advent of Sri Gauranga, none of them offered ras-laden bhakti to the living entities of this world. They gave bhakti, but not ras-laden bhakti. Not to speak of bestowing such bhakti, they could not even give its true definition. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī is the dear companion of Sri Gaur Hari, he who is adorned with Sri Radha's mood and complexion. In the pastimes of Braj, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī is Sri Rūpa Manjari, chief among Srimati Radhika's intimate maidservants. Indeed, to propagate that bhakti of Braj, which is laden with Unata Ujjvala Ras, the most elevated humors of transcendental amor. Śrīla Rūpa Manjari has descended within Sri Gaura's pastimes in the form of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. In his Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has unveiled the secret. As Sri Bhagavan generated the potency to create in the heart of Grandfather Brahma at the beginning of creation, and thus created this universe, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his special potency flow in the heart of his own dear Sri Rupa, and through him propagated the topics of Sri Radha Krishna's transcendental playful pastimes in Vraj, topics that had been lost by the influence of time. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 19:117, it is stated, Shri Rupa Hridaye Prabhu Shakti Sancharila Sarva Tattva Nirupiya Praveen Korila. The meaning is, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu infused the heart of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī with transcendental power, and thus made him fully expert and experienced in discerning all tattva. Also, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has written in his Prem Bhakti Chandrika, he wrote, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. The meaning is, when will Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, who has established within this world the mission to fulfill the innermost desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when will that Rupa Goswami personally give me shelter at his lotus feet? To again manifest Vraj Bhakti saturated with Unata Ujjvala Ras upon the earth is indeed the innermost heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By composing fundamental bhakti literatures like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Ujjvala Nilamani, and by teaching them, Śrīla Rūpa Goswami has established the innermost heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in every way. What has emerged from the heart of the poet Sri Madhav about the glories of Śrīla Rūpa Goswami is indeed deeply moving. Should I get my mridanga? Yeah, I'm going to get my mridanga. Okay, just give me 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I'll be right back. One second. Let me just move this back so that she doesn't move it. Just turn off noise suppression. Oh, and we're adding in a new song into the songbook, written also by Madhav Das, and it's Madhu, I guess his name is, and it's very similar to Yankali Rupa Śrīla Natarata or singing now. It's like same style and everything. All right. Yankali Rupa Śrīla. Wait. Sorry, let me move to the side. Shamali, go eat your stuff. Here. Yankali Rupa Śrīla Nadharata Tan Vraja Prema Mahanidhi kutarika kona kapata ughadata. Had Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī not appeared in this age of Kali, who would have opened the doors to the great storehouse of Vraj Prem? Nirakira hangsana opana vidayana kona pritak kori payata ko sab tyaji bhaji vrindavana ko sab granta virachita. Who but Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī could have extracted the essence of the scriptures in the same way that a swan separates water from milk? And who could have abandoned everything to perform bhajan in Sri Vrindavan? Who could have written such scriptures? Who could have written such scriptures? Jabapito vana phola phalata nana vida manoraji aravinda somadukar vino pana kono janata. Oi, Shamali. Sorry, she really wants to be petted right now. I need to move over. Asamadu karvino pana kono janata obedyaman koribanda. He was a honeybee amid varieties of blossoming yellow forest flowers and mind-enchanting lotuses. Without that honeybee, who could have known the art of drinking the nectar present, yet confined within those flowers? Oko janata mato ravrindavana ko janata vrajanita ko janata radha madhavarati ko janata shoy preta. Who could have understood the glories of Mathura and Vrindavan? Who could have fathomed the intricacies of Vraj? Who could have understood the love between Sri Radha and Sri Madhav? Who could have known that love? Jankara charane prasare sakala jan gai gawai sukha pauto charana kamale shara nagata madho tava mahima uralagata. By the mercy of his lotus feet, all souls may sing and inspire others to sing about the glories of the love of Sri Radha Madhav, thereby attaining true joy. O Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, having surrendered at your lotus feet, may this Madhav Das be able to comprehend your unlimited glories. One second. I'm kind of pushed into a corner right now. Let me just... Oh, and with this translation, the second verse, we actually... now we translated it in a different way. We put it in the Gurudeva. The way my Gurudeva would explain it is... how does it go? It's not like we said, like a swan takes milk from... extracts milk from water. And so, actually, let's look how we translated it in the Gurudeva. But this is according to my Gurudeva's explanation that we found. That, yeah. Where is it? New songs for Gurudeva. No, for layout. Let's look here. Okay. Okay, so he explained, who but Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī could have separated the milk of pure bhakti from the water of all different types of mixed bhakti, in the same way as swan separates milk from water? Yeah, that's how we translate it now. Okay. 1 second, let me just... I'm gonna sit over on this side. That's... Yeah. Sorry for all the interruptions. Okay, let's continue on. Oops, I'm not sharing my screen. Alright. So, in times prior to Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, the symptoms of bhakti were delineated in the Shandilya Sutra. That means, it says, Sa Paranuraktar Ishvare. The symptom of bhakti is described as deep, loving attachment to Parameshwar. In Pancharatra, it is said, Sarvapadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchyate. That's also quoted, that's the verse after Anyabilashita Shunyam in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So the meaning is, absolutely pure service to the master of the senses, Hrishikesh, performed through all of one's senses, solely for his delight, and completely devoid of all external designations, is called bhakti. There is also a description elsewhere in scripture. Ahoituki avyavahita ya bhakti purushottame. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29-12. This means that the symptom of nirguna bhakti is that the mind flows toward the absolute supreme being at every moment, like an unbroken stream of oil. However, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī has presented an incomparable definition of bhakti that not only includes all the above-mentioned symptoms, but is replete with further special characteristics. His definition is profoundly wonderful and beautiful. Let's sing it. Anya bilashita shunyam agyana karmadana vritam anukulena krishnano shilanam bhaktiruttama. The 11th verse from the beginning of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The meaning is, that perpetual endeavor for the sake of Sri Krishna, that is free from all kinds of desires other than the desire to serve him, that is not eclipsed by the pursuit of monistic knowledge, fruit of work, and so on, and that is performed exclusively out of loving affection for him through all physical, mental, or verbal endeavors, and through emotions, and which flows without interruption like an unbroken stream of oil, that is called Uttama Bhakti. Each and every stage of bhakti is included within this definition of Uttama Bhakti, beginning from Shraddha, the first step in bhakti, through Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Rati or Bhav, and beyond this to Prem, Sneha, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, and Mahabhav, Rudha Bhav, Adirudha Bhav, Mohan, and up to Madanakya Mahabhav. Additionally, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī presented with great skill charming poetry and subtle analysis. Additionally, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī presented with great skill, charming poetry, and subtle analysis the devotional proclivity of the heart, beginning with the preliminary steps of bhakti, from Shraddha to Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, and then Bhav. And then the evolutionary sequence of that proclivity through the various transformations of prem, from sneha to man, pranay, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, and so on. He delineated sthāyi bhav, one's permanent emotion, and gave a beautiful portrayal of the completely miraculous and supremely relishable state of bhakti ras, which is attained when the sthāyi bhav combines with the ingredients of ras, such as vibhav. Vibhav means that which stimulates rati, one's inherent relationship with Krishna. Anubhav, which are visible actions that illustrate the spiritual emotions situated within the heart. And sattvika bhav, 8 symptoms of spiritual ecstasy arising exclusively from Vishuddha Sattva. And vyabhichari bhav, the internal transitory emotions, which are like waves from the ocean of the sthāyi bhav. A beautiful glimpse of this can be found in his celebrated composition, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Being empowered by Sriman Mahaprabhu's mercy, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī also proved that the spotless and exceedingly purifying Gaudiya Vaishnava method of bhajan is established on a very strong, ras-laden foundation. His composition has, on its own merit, become unfadingly immortalized in the history of bhakti literature. It is considered the encyclopedia of all conclusive truths regarding bhakti ras, and is revered as the finest, fully ripened fruit of the wish-fulfilling tree of Gaudiya ras literature. The acharyas prior to him were unable to so comprehensively analyze bhakti ras tattva, and certainly they could not establish bhakti as a ras sarup, as the very nature of transcendental loving mellows. In the kalpa and the day and night of Lord Brahma that had elapsed since the last advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, accounts of Sri Sri Radhakrishna's loving pastimes had all but vanished. At the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's manifest presence, by his inspiration and mercy, the potency of mercy flowed through Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, by which he recovered those revelations and again established them within this world, thus fulfilling the deep desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, this is the first verse of chapter 19 of Madhya Lila, which is the Rupa Shiksha chapter. So this is the introductory verse of that. Vrindavaniyam rasakeli vartam kalena luptam nija shakti mutka sancharya rupe vyatanot punasa prabhur vido prag ivaloka srishtim. The meaning is, at the beginning of creation, by making his own potency flow through the heart of Brahma, Sri Bhagavan created and expanded the worlds. In the same way, by eagerly making his own potency flow through the heart of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again expounded and spread throughout the world the playful, ras-laden topics of Raj, which had been forgotten over time. The purport is that in one day of Brahma there are 14 manvantars, reigns of Manu. Shri Krishna appears in the 7th manvantar at the end of the Dwapara Yuga, in the 28th Chatur Yuga, cycle of 4 ages, and he enacts his pastimes in Vraj. And about 5,000 years after that, in Kali Yuga, he accepts the mood and luster of Sri Radha and appears in the form of Sachinandan Shri Gaur Hari, tasting the sweetness of Sri Radha's prem and propagating Vraj prem. Vraj prem was last disseminated in the kalpa prior to this, at the time of Sri Gaur's Leela. For one day and night of Swayambhu Brahma, for one day and night of Swayambhu Brahma are almost 8,000 yugas, 8,000 ages. This Vraj prem vanished. This Vraj prem, because apart from Sri Gaurangadev, there is no avatar of Bhagavan or Acharya who could propagate the highly esoteric and sweet prem of Vraj. Throughout the very long period during which these esoteric discourses on the playful rasa of Vraj remained forgotten, Sri Chaitanya Dev's eagerness to propagate them intensified to the utmost limit. That is why he channeled his potency through the heart of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. Shri Rupa Hridaye Prabhu Shakti Sancharila Sarva Tattva Nirupiya Praveen Korila. Yeah, verse 117 of chapter 19 of Madhya Lila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu infused the heart of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī with transcendental power and thus made him fully expert and experienced in discerning all tattva. The author, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, concludes by explaining that the Ras Sarup of Bhakti can only be experienced by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī's mercy, and that without his mercy, there is no possibility of entering Bhakti. This is the highest truth. Jai, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Pad Ki Jai. Alright, so now what time is it? How are we doing on time? It's 7:42. Okay. Then we might not be able to read all of this. I'll just skip around. Okay, so this is a lecture given at the Radha Damodar Temple in Vrindavan. I don't know which year. Maybe 2000? I think this is 2000. Yeah, it's 2000. 00. Okay. Today is very important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Okay, so this is outside of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī's Samadhi. When he, this is what he spoke outside of his Samadhi. Today is very important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It is the disappearance day of Lord Chaitanya's supreme object of mercy, who understood his manobhishta, his desire. Sri Rupa Goswami came to this world only to fulfill the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I recall one verse written by Kavi Karnapur. He too received Mahaprabhu's mercy. When he was a young boy and wouldn't speak, Mahaprabhu put his own thumb in his mouth. As he began sucking it, he became decorated with various emotional ornaments. As bhav began to awaken in him, he became serious and began to recite a verse. The poetry that came from his mouth was like nectar for the ears, and thus Kavi Karnapur was able to write about Śrīla Rūpa Goswami's relationship with Mahaprabhu. Wasn't it his toe? I thought it was his toe. It could be a mistranslation here also, because it's the same word in Hindi, and it's the same word for finger and toes. Anyhow, so this is the verse that Kavi Karnapur wrote about Śrīla Rūpa Goswami's relationship with Mahaprabhu. It's Priya Sarupe Daita Sarupe Prema Sarupe Sahaja Virupe Nejanurupe Prabhureka Rupe Tatanurupe Swavilasarupe. What does Priya Sarupe mean? Mahaprabhu's Priya, his dear friend, is Sri Sarup Damodar. Sarup Damodar is Lalita Devi, and Sarup Damodar's dear friend is Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is therefore Anu Sarup Damodar, he who has all the qualities of Lalita. So that's the meaning. Now, Priya Sarup. Mahaprabhu's own Sarup, his own form and nature, is that of Radha Krishna. Actually, his Sarup is that of Krishna, and as Krishna, Rup Manjari is most dear to him. Who is Krishna's Priya Sarup? Radhikaji. And Radhikaji's Param Priya, Radhikaji's most dear one, is Rupa Manjari. Therefore, from all perspectives, Krishna's, Radhika's, and everyone else's in Vraj, she is Param Priya, supremely dear. Daita Swarup. In the form of Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, she is most dear to Mahaprabhu, who is in the mood of Radhaji. Krishna's Daita is Radhaji, and her Param Priya, her most dear one, is Rupa Manjari, who knows her bhav. Because Rupa Goswami is thus able to broadcast her bhav in this world, he is most dear to Mahaprabhu. Daita means dear one. Rupa Manjari is Srimati Radhika's most dear one. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita, the servant of one who is dear to Shri Varshabhanavi Srimati Radhika, namely Shri Rūpa Manjari. In this way we worship Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Attainment in the shelter of the lotus feet of Shri Rūpa Manjari is the highest perfection of life. We pray for nothing else. Priya Sarupe Daita Sarupe Prema Sarupe Sahajabi Rupe. Rūpa Gosvāmī is the embodiment of Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love of Godhead. And how did he give that love? First of all, in the Upadeshamrita, he instructed the living entities how to become free from anarthas. By accepting even one instruction, one can get priti, vacho vegam, manasakroda vegam, atyahara prayashascha, and after that, utsaha nishtaya daryat, and so on. He gave all of this, and step by step, he gave the definitions of all the stages of bhakti, shraddha, anartha nivritti, ruchi sadhan, bhav, prem, sneha, man, pranay, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, madan, modan, and mohan. He has defined all. He has defined all. Just as Srimad Bhagavatam defines Krishna as ete changsa kala pungsam krishnastu bhagavansayam, so Rūpa Gosvāmī has defined bhakti. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anakulyena krishnanu shilanam bhakti ruttama. Previously, no one had given such a beautiful and complete definition of bhakti. There are also definitions of bhakti in Srimad Bhagavatam, like, what's that say? Sarp rang paranurakti? I think that was a spelling mistake. Anyways, and there's also sarvapadi vinir muktam. These were the only definitions known before anyabhilashita shunyam. Paranurakti is fine. But if independent of the injunctions of the Shastra and not free from anarthas, it is not paranurakti. It's not supreme, supreme loving attachment, I'm guessing. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī's definition, however, includes everything from anyabhilashita shunyam to bhakti uttama. What is sadhan? Sadhan does not mean whimsically doing harinam or reading books or performing archan. Sadhan means to practice with the goal in mind. The goal is priti. Bhakti is nitya siddha bhav. When we do sadhan with our senses and adopt anyabhilashita shunyam, this verse, to awaken bhav, then it is sadhan bhakti. Therefore, it is nitya siddha bhav. Continuous cultivation of uttama bhakti is nitya siddha bhav. Practicing to awaken these things in our heart, chanting with the desire to attain bhav, that is sadhan. When we practice these things in our heart, and we're chanting with the desire to attain bhav, then it is sadhan. If we're not, whatever practice we're doing, if we're not doing it with the intention of reaching bhav, then it's not actually sadhan. It's not bhakti sadhan. In order to awaken bhav, sadhan should be anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam, executed with the body, mind, and words and senses. With the ears we hear, with the tongue we chant, and with the minds we meditate. Why do we do all these things? Only to awaken bhav. We should follow in the footsteps of the nitya siddhas, the eternally perfected associates of Krishna. After teaching about sadhan, Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī taught about bhav. What did he teach? One should have the sentiments of the eternal associates. However, bhav is not a process of the mind. The stage of mental activities comes before bhav. Engagement of the mind in meditation alone is not bhav. In the stage of bhav, the mind follows the atma, which follows the eternal associates. They are Mahaprabhu's associates, like Rūpa Gosvāmī, and in Krishna's pastimes, Radharani's most dear maidservant, Rūpa Manjari. Who are the recipients of Shuddha Sattva? Who are the recipients of Rūpa Manjari's Shuddha Sattva? To those in whom bhav has arisen, this Shuddha Sattva descends. This bhav is Shuddha Sattva. It is not a process of the mind. It is not a process of the mind. I don't know what that means. It is much, much higher. The activities of bhav go to Goloka Vrindavan, to the heart of dearmost Rupa Manjari. Thus performing bhajan under her guidance and protection, Rupa Goswami's Anyabhilashita Shunyam will become manifest in the heart. Then doing such bhajan by Rupa Goswami's mercy, then when one does, I don't know, it's not a complete sentence. Then by doing such bhajan by Rupa Goswami's mercy, then Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryangsu Samyabhak Ruchi Bhishchittamasrinya Krid Asau Bhava Uchute. The meaning is, when devotional service is situated in the transcendental platform of pure goodness, it is like a ray of sunlight of love of Krishna. At such a time, devotional service causes the heart to be softened by various tastes, and it is called bhav, transcendental emotions. After this, prem will appear in the heart, first in the form of sthāyi bhav, permanent ecstasy, and then in the form of vibhav, anubhav, sanchari bhav, etc. They all mix and become ras. This is what Rupa Goswami has revealed. Who has experienced prem? A man once said that the previous night he had darshan of Radharani and Krishna, and they blessed him. We may think that he is advanced, but did he die or go mad? No such thing happened, and therefore this is not prem. When one has prem, one becomes mad after Krishna. At the stage of bhav, anarthas are almost gone, but sometimes they may surface. Though they cause no disturbance. At the stage of prem, however, anarthas have completely disappeared. When bhav becomes intensified, it becomes prem. At the stage of prem, the ashta-sattvic bhavs are fully manifest and the heart becomes completely melted. If we sometimes experience tears or jubilation now, in our present stage, it is an abhas, it is a shadow or semblance. It is not purified. Because it may be devoured by anarthas, it is temporary. At the stage of bhav, there is mamata rati, feelings of possessiveness. When these feelings become intensified and condensed, it is then called prem. At that time, the devotee thinks, Krishna is mine and I am his. What does Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur say? Ami to tomar, tumi to amar. I am yours and you are mine. Srila Rupa Goswami has carefully examined the symptoms of the different stages and explained them. After prem, he explains sneha, the condition in which the heart is constantly melting. After sneha comes pranay, and then man, though sometimes these two streams merge. Then he has described the wonderful symptoms of rag and anurag, the extreme stage of the Vishaya and Ashray. When anurag reaches its own extreme limit, it becomes mahabhav. Then there are rudha, adirudha, modan, madan, etc. Rupa Goswami has explained all. Before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nobody knew these stages. Although people had some idea, nobody actually really explained prem, madan, modan, and so forth. The real explanation was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami was so powerful that his teachings influenced not only our sampradaya, but other sampradayas as well. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and all the acharyas in our sampradaya have written in the line of Rupa Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is known as the greatest Rupanuga. And as Vilap Kusmanjali, he begins by first offering pranam to Rupa Manjari. Tvam Rupa Manjari Sakhi Prahita Puresmin Pungsa Parasya Vadanam Nahi Pashyasiti Bimbadare Kshatanana Gata Bhartrikaya Yatte Vyadhayi Kim Utach Chukapungavena. This verse is going to go in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha in the Mangalacharan. It's in the Bengali one. So Raghunath Das Goswami writes that in the Vilap Kusmanjali. And he offers so many other pranams thereafter. Srila Jiva Goswami studied all the writings of Rupa Goswami and then wrote Gopala Champu, Sat Sandarbha, and commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam, Ujjvala Nilamani, and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In his Prem Bhakti Chandrika, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has simply expressed Rupa Goswami's teachings. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also known as Rupanuga Varyata. Rupanuga Varayate? What? Varayate? Yeah. He is the greatest among the followers of Rupa Goswami, and his Jaiva Dharma follows exactly in the line of Rupa Goswami's teachings. Mahaprabhu met Rupa Goswami at 3 places. First in Ramkeli, then in Prayag, and finally in Puri. Seeing Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, "He is fit to broadcast my innermost feelings." And he has told everyone, like Sri Nityananda, and Mahaprabhu has told everyone, like Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Sarup Damodar, and Sri Ramananda Rai to bless him. Why? So that by their mercy he could give all the rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Mādhurya. If someone comes to him for Mādhurya, that is best. But he can give all the other rasas also. In this way, Rupa Goswami gave very beautiful and novel books, revealing for the first time what Mahaprabhu had come to give. Today is the disappearance day of Rupa Goswami. This is where he used to do bhajan, and this is his samadhi. One side where he did bhajan, and the other side on his samadhi. Who gave him samadhi? Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and all the other Goswamis. Actually, they did not give him samadhi. He took samadhi himself. Here he used to serve in so many ways. Here he wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Nilamani, Vidagdha Madhav, Lalit Madhav, Hamsa Dutta, and many other books. Vidagdha Madhav was completed in Gokul around the same time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed to Gokul Vrindavan. 5 years later, Lalit Madhav was completed. Every book began in his heart, and so they actually all began here. Sri Sanatana Goswami and all the other Goswamis also used to come here. In the beginning of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami prays for the mercy of Rupa Goswami. He prays to the Rupa of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Rupa of Srimati Radhika. The Rupa of Srimati Radhika, Rup Manjari, is as beautiful as she is. Only Srimati Radhika, Vishaka Devi, and Rupa Manjari have the same form. Only they have the same Rup. Radhika and Vishaka were born on the same day, and they have the same qualities and characteristics. But Rupa Manjari has the same form, because she is most dear to Srimati Radhika. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami and others pray, "O Rupa, give us your mercy. You know the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna." There are many places where our acharyas have prayed like this. Thus, Sri Rupa is most dear to Mahaprabhu. Today we have come here, and now we should offer pranam at his lotus feet and ask for his mercy. In this temple are the deities worshipped by Jiva Goswami, the Giriraj Shila of Sanatana Goswami, and a small deity worshipped by Rupa Goswami. This is the best place in the whole world. This is the most potent place in the whole of Vrindavan. Although Vangshivat is Krishna's Leela Stan, and we can try to go there by sadhan, without Rupa Goswami's mercy, we cannot go there. So we should offer our prayers and then return. Jai Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Pāda Ki Jai. Alright, so I think that's our program for today. It's 8 o'clock, perfect timing to finish. So, and then tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to read. Anyhow, I'm going to just do short Mahamantra and then we'll end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Rūpa Gosvāmī, Prabhu Rūpa Gosvāmī, Jai Rūpa Gosvāmī, Prabhu Rūpa Gosvāmī, Jai Rūpa Gosvāmī, Jai Rūpa Gosvāmī, Rūpa Gosvāmī, Jai Rūpa Gosvāmī, Jai Rūpa Raghunath, Jai Rūpa Raghunath, Jai Rūpa Raghunath, Jai Rūpa Raghunath, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudeva Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Mahārāja Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Pad Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī Samadhi Mandir Ki Jai, his Bhajan Kutir Ki Jai, Jai Shri Shāra Gosvāmī Prabhu Ki Jai, Jai Shri Rupa Raghunath Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Indai Tulsi Deva Krishna Krishna Bhakti Prabhu Sattva Vancha Kalpataru Vesha Kripa Sindhu Bhyaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams. Let's see all who's there. Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anada Prabhu, Prema Mai Didi, Satya Mataji, Sri Devi Didi, Nri Hari Prabhu, oh I already saw that, okay, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Champak Mataji, I already saw Sarveshwari Mataji, right? Yeah, okay. And now YouTube, there is Rukmini Didi and one other devotee. Dandavat Pranams. And also pranams to anybody watching in the future. Hare Krishna. So tomorrow I have no idea what we're going to read. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know. And we should probably read something about Jhulan Yatra though. And maybe we could read something about, what is it, Gauridas Pandit, and who's the other person? No, I might remember. Anyways, I think it's tomorrow's 3 days. 3 special titis. Let me just look on my calendar. Hey, what happened to it? Disappeared. Anyways, doesn't matter. Well, tomorrow we'll read about those personalities. And then, yeah, Gauridas Pandit and one other person. Maybe Dhananjay Pandit? I can't remember.
Govinda Das.
But we'll read about those personalities. And then the day after tomorrow, we will begin our program to go read through Sri Radhakrishna Ganesh Tipika by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, describing in detail all the different types of inhabitants, all the different inhabitants of Raj and their various services, all the details about them, what their nature is, what services they perform, so many details. So we will read that. We'll start reading that every day. And also maybe Utkalika Balari, Sarveshwari Mataji was suggesting that, and I thought that was a good idea. And we'll see. In 1 month from now, we will continue. We'll continue our Bhakti Vinoda Giti Tara program once I've sent everything to the songbook to the printers. All right. Does anybody have anything? Anada said it's Goridas Pandit and Govinda Das. Okay, and Krishna Pavitra Rupan Utsav. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Haribol. Oh, wait, does anybody have anything they want to mention before I stop the stream? All right, cool. So see you tomorrow.